I've been fortunate enough to travel the world. One of the biggest breaks I got was training Chris Hemsworth for the movie Thor. Some of my influential players that I've trained, and it's a who's who. The Mike Modanos of the NHL, the Chris Drapers, the Stevie Yzermans, the Ndamukong Suh from the Detroit Lions. In fact, I think one of the kickers was when the Lions were on strike. Between doing what I've done and with who I've done it with, the Ndamukong Suhs, the Chris Spielmans, anybody that had contact with me, Steven Peterman, Dimebag Raiola from the Lions, when they went on strike, they came to me and said, Mike, can you run our minicamp for 2 weeks? 36 NFL players. The fat kid. Not because I knew everything, is because they knew I came with passion. They knew I came with accountability. I gave them input into what they were going to do and not do. I wasn't trying to embarrass them. And I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing I did is I never asked them to do something physically they could not do. And that's the key to my success, is that most people that come to me, I will not physically ask you to do something you can't do, but I'll get you to do more than you ever thought possible. And that's where you buy into me, is that when I tell you something, it's not that I'm hoping things are going to move or be picked up or pushed. It's because I know, based on my experience and my knowledge, that it will go. Because I'll guarantee you one thing, we're building a relationship. And if that thing doesn't move and it doesn't go the right way, then I've just lost trust. I've lost your trust. And if you're going to believe everything I say and do over the course of this program, we start from square one. My biggest thing is that when I lost the weight, my trainer, I asked my trainer, I said, are you going to help me with eating? He goes, I can't watch you the next 23 hours. So it fell back on me, someone who didn't know how to eat or what to eat. So I said, okay. I don't know if you call it a privilege or an honor or an educational experience, because my mom was overweight. And what I did is I took her to a diet center and I listened to the diet. And basically it was simplified. Now these people are oxygen tanks, they're 600 pounds, they're 500 pounds. What's the program that this hospital is going to put them on? It was called 6 or 5+1. So the 5+1 was you get breakfast, and then every 3 hours after that, you got a protein shake and as many vegetables as you want to eat. So let's say that again. They got breakfast, a protein shake, and as many vegetables as they wanted to eat. And we'll come back to that. So I said, okay, I don't know how to eat. I don't have time to educate myself. I'm going to do that, because I went back to it. So my breakfast was, and I can still tell you today, 8 egg whites, burnt hash browns, order wheat toast, bowl of oatmeal. Seems like a lot of calories, right? But every 3 hours after that, it was either a protein shake or a protein bar religiously. If I went and played golf, there was a shaker bottle in my bag. It used to be 3 hot dogs, pop, and probably a bag of chips at the turn. Now, I pulled out a water bottle, I poured in a protein shake, shook it, and moved on. Why? Because nothing tastes as good as being thin. So let's move forward. So it's been 16 months. I've lost 112 pounds, and I'm 233 pounds. Now I look in the mirror and go, what the hell, where did I go? There's nothing left of me. Because what I did is I didn't learn how to eat. I was just happy with being thin. So whatever calories were coming out, it wasn't not only the calories of fat, but it was also my muscle going away. So now I had to do whatever, I had to go back to learn how to eat again. So I didn't educate myself. I just thought that this was going to be better. So I started adding oatmeal, sandwiches, a little bit of bread, a little bit of pasta. And all of a sudden, from 233, presto, 270. So what happens? We start doing this, the yo-yo, up and down. I'm a food addict. There's no such thing as a small, medium pizza. It's a large if I'm having pizza. So I'll buy the large, it's cheaper. I'll eat half, throw the other half away. Have you ever gone into the garbage can and got the pizza out the next day? I have. There's no such thing, oh, Mike, you can't eat a cookie, you can't eat a donut. There's no such thing as a cookie or a donut. Ice cream bowls, they didn't exist in my house. It was the carton and take a spoon out, because then you can convince yourself that you're not eating as much as it really is, just a couple spoonfuls. You keep lying to yourself. There's no accountability. How do you motivate people, Mike? Well, I think the biggest thing is that you can have, and I've trained millionaires over and over and over, and I will sit down at a table with millionaires and carry the conversation, because you know why? They can't buy it. This is the only thing in life you cannot buy. You can't buy your health. You got to earn it. And to earn it, you need to trust somebody. You need to trust somebody. Go get your hair done. They burn your hair, they ruin it. Yeah, you get mad, but it grows back. You get one shot at this. When it starts to go to hell, it's over. So 3 things happen every 3 hours when you're eating. You get better, you stay the same, or you go backwards. And that's the way I taught myself, is that every 3 hours in the day I had the most important decisions to make to get healthier. And I did. So when did it all come together? I was reading a men's magazine. It said, Cover Models Diet. I opened it and I read it. It didn't give me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It gave me a day of his eating. And the first thing I noticed is, why in the hell isn't my food showing up on his list? Because he was doing it right. He had a plan. Now that plan wasn't for Monday. It was for Monday. It was for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what did we talk about earlier? Structure. Structure. That's what we need to find. Structure on how you're putting it in your mouth. Go to a bookstore. Exercise department books, maybe 1. Diet section, 6. And you want to know why we're confused on what to put in our mouth? It came to me one time when I was reading Consumer Report. And in there it had a list of how they rate diet books. So they had 15 diet books in there. You know what the moral of the story was? Every book suggested the same thing. Eat 5 to 6 times a day. Eat every 3 hours. The kicker was, in which of these diets did it relate to your life? Could you cook? Were you on the run? Were you traveling? And the next biggest one was 1,500 calories, 1,600 calories, 2,000 calories, 1,800 calories. All of them encompassed about the same amount of calories to get you successful. So you start encompassing all these different ideals, and you come up and you formulate your plan. And I will guarantee you today, and my clients will tell you the same thing, 95% of the times I've shopped, if you catch me on a Friday and I go shopping, you're going to see the same things in my basket. You're either going to eat to live, or you're going to live to eat. Choice is yours.